Let's set up a new company file using the Peachtree New Company Setup wizard. To start the wizard, come here under File, New Company. Peachtree needs to close the current company in order to begin this process. Click OK. Here, Peachtree welcomes us to the New Company Setup wizard and tells us the information it's going to ask us about. Click on Next. Here, fill out your company information. We're only going to fill out the first field. You'll want to fill out address, city, state, and zip, country, telephone, and fax. Next, come over here. Let's look at the business type. Click on the down arrow and select your corporate form. You may need to talk to your accountant or CPA to see which one is the correct selection for your business. The next field is the Federal Employer ID. If you do not have employees, you may not have a federal tax ID number. If you do not, you'll want to use the Social Security number for the owner of the business. The next field is the State Employer ID. This is also the State Tax ID number for sales tax information. Enter that number here. And finally, the State Unemployment ID. If you do not have employees, you may not have a State Unemployment ID. If you don't, just leave this field blank. And then down here you can enter your website and email information. Peachtree uses the information on this screen for a variety of things, including invoicing, statements, payroll 941s, and W-2s. Click on Next. Here, Peachtree is going to set up your chart of accounts. Peachtree gives you 4 choices. First, we can set up a new company based on one of several sample companies. Peachtree comes with 75 sample chart of accounts. Second, we can also copy settings from an existing Peachtree accounting company. So if we have another Peachtree accounting company with a chart of accounts that we want to use with this company, we can simply copy that chart of accounts over into this Peachtree company. Here we can convert a company from another accounting program, such as QuickBooks or QuickBooks Pro. And this process will bring over the chart of accounts from that company into Peachtree. And lastly, we can build our own chart of accounts. After we complete the company setup, we can then go into Peachtree, into our company file, and build the chart of accounts one at a time. This is the manual process. We're going to leave the first item selected and click on Next. Here we can select a standard chart of accounts from one of 75 different chart of accounts that comes with your Peachtree software. This is the recommended method for setting up your chart of accounts. Here you can scroll through this list and see all the different chart of accounts that are offered. We're going to select the manufacturing company. If you want to view the chart of accounts before you move forward, simply click on this button. If you have questions about this industry, click here. Let's view this chart of accounts. We can scroll through here and see if this chart of accounts is going to work for us. Keep in mind that we can edit this chart of accounts after we complete the new company setup. We can add accounts, change titles, change the numbers, and move accounts around. Once you've selected your chart of accounts, click on Next. Here is the accounting method choice. Important to note this right here. Once you choose an accounting method, it cannot be changed. So after we complete the new company setup and Peachtree sets up the file, we cannot change this, so you're going to want to make sure you select the proper accounting method for your business. You may want to consult with your accountant or CPA to be sure you set up the right method. A detailed discussion of the difference between accrual and cash basis is beyond the scope of this training video series. But to briefly describe the difference between the two, accrual-based accounting, you recognize revenues when you earn them and expenses when you incur them. Versus the cash method, you recognize revenues when you receive the cash and expenses when you pay them. We're going to select the accrual method. Next, we're going to choose our posting method, either real-time or batch. Note, down here, you can change the posting method at any time. So this is different from our previous screen where we were locked into that choice. Here, we can make a change after we set up this company file and after we've worked with it. Real-time transactions are posted to the general ledger as they are entered and saved. Most companies use this method. Batch transactions are saved by the program and then posted in a group. The user of the Peachtree software tells Peachtree when to post. This method allows you to print registers and analyze a group of transactions before they're posted to the journals. Accounting periods. Most companies select the first choice, 12 monthly accounting periods. However, if you use a 13th period at the end of the year for adjustments, or if you have accounting periods that do not match calendar months, you'll want to select the second choice. Once again, please consult with your accountant or CPA if you're making the second choice. Here, we're going to select our monthly accounting periods. If you're on a calendar year, in other words, your business fiscal year ends December 31st, then you'll want to select January here. Here you want to select the year you're going to start working in. If your fiscal year ends some other month than December, then you'll want to select the first month of your fiscal year here. Here Peachtree wants to know what is the first month you'll be entering data in this new Peachtree company file. You can select the month that you're going to begin entering information here. Not to worry, you can change this month very easily after the company file is set up. And then finally, what is the first year you'll be entering payroll? Most often, this year and this year are the same. Next, Peachtree summarizes our defaults for vendors, inventory, and customer information. We can change these defaults at any time after Peachtree sets up this company file. And that's it. We're done. We have set up our Peachtree new company file. Let's click on Finish and let's leave this box checked that we would like to follow the setup checklist. The setup checklist is the next video you'll want to watch. Peachtree now creates our data files and sets up a company folder on and within our PeachW default directory and brings us to the setup checklist. We're now ready to go through the setup checklist and follow these steps to complete the new company setup.